Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Referral Exchange Networking's Business Success Fertilizer application. Now, as we know, it isn't always easy to compete with companies that are bigger than you. They have greater resources. However, one advantage you can have is you can be smarter than they are. No one can tell you how much you can learn or how much of an asset you can be. That's why education is critical for small businesses, and that's why we at Referral Exchange strive to make you just a little bit smarter every week. So let's get right to it. Last week, we spoke about taking a hammer and chisel to your business and cutting away anything that doesn't belong, such as products and services that don't reflect your best efforts and not worthy of your time or your client's money, anything that's holding you back. Now, except for those of you who may be actually a sculptor, we were speaking metaphorically. However, the things we were considering were real products or services, things that are tangible, either physically or intellectually. But this week, I want to look at something just as important, but a little more elusive. Consider Jacob Marley. He was the deceased business partner of Ebenezer Scrooge, who was in turn the main character in Charles Dickens' 1843 novella, A Christmas Carol. Whether you're a fan of the film version with Patrick Stewart, George C. Scott, or the 1938 version starring Reginald Owen, they all have something in common. Besides Scrooge himself, there's Jacob Marley, destined to drag his heavy chains and money boxes forever. One of Marley's best-known utterances is, "I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard. I girded it on of my own free will, and of my own free will I wore it." And he closes his message by crying out, "It is a ponderous weight." The fictional Jacob could have shed his heavy weight any time he was alive. He obviously never examined his life to see that what he was forging would forever weigh him down and hold him back. A little introspection and self-reflection on his part could have made all the difference. However, studies show that only about 15% of us are really self-aware or introspective. The rest of us are what they call extrospective, which means we never or seldom seriously look back. In an article in Nur and Far, the authors state, quote, "Introspection gives you access to understanding yourself. Self-reflection lets you process what you learn, and insights are answers you come up with that you can act upon." However, instead of practicing introspection and using it to examine our lives and shed those things that are hurting us, too many of us carry heavy baggage from one year to the next. And we continue to let it weigh us down and keep us from flying high and realizing our full potential. Anything that hobbles us emotionally, intellectually, or morally, we should leave behind in 2021. For example, holding a grudge. It's like drinking poison and expecting someone else to get sick. Carrying disappointment and guilt from one year to the next is counterproductive. Reflection is good, but obsession is destructive. Letting go is difficult, but necessary. Often, we expend too much energy looking to the past when this energy could be directed towards achieving the future we dream about. Instead of focusing on losing body fat in 2022, why not also focus on losing the mental and emotional weight that's holding you back? Steve Marabelli, author of Unapologetically You, wrote, "The truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, unless you realize that the situation is over, you cannot move forward." Well, that's it for this week. I hope you got something out of it. If you'd like to talk about anything you just heard, or you'd like to know how you can grow your business by joining a Referral Exchange networking chapter, or even how to start your own chapter, reach out to me at raustin@referralexchangenetworking.com. That's exchange with an X. And if you'd like to be notified whenever we post another educational video, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of this video. Well, as I said, I hope you got something out of that, and I'll see you next week. Bye.